Hey guys, Reckless Rush here. This is going to be the start of a new series, so let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I hope you enjoy. Hello everybody, and welcome to the series Guess the Rank. In this series, we have 4 unknown participants who each have been assigned to one of the 4 factions. However, there's actually a Diamond 1 player hidden within these 4 participants. The goal is for you, the viewer, to figure out who that is by the end of the video. To make all things fair, all participants had to draft their own decks using a Discord bot I made myself. If you want to see how it works for yourself, feel free to check out one of MCAM's videos, link is in the description. With all that being said, before we watch the 2 matches, first let's analyze the decks. When drafting, you won't always get to choose the greatest of cards, and so we can expect to see some strange card picks. Instead, we will only skim through these decks as they should merely serve as hints towards the Diamond player. Here we can see that the Shadowfen deck has a much lower mana curve than the Ironclad one. However, the Ironclad deck has both Mirrors and True Shot Post, which are both extremely powerful cards. The Shadowfen deck has a bit of poison synergy, but outside of that, there isn't really a well-developed win condition. Moving on to Winter and Swarm, Winter is the cheaper deck here. Similar to Ironclad, the Winter deck has both Mirrors and True Shot Post. The Swarm deck seems to be rocking a dragon-oriented deck, which will render Frozen as useless. I'm excited to see the matches, you're excited to see the matches, so let's get into it. Alrighty boys and girls, so this is actually going to be my first time watching this, so this is essentially live, and just expect my reaction to be just as good as yours, okay? So let's see, we have here Shadowfen vs Ironclad as our first match. So they gave away the handshakes. Also, there is a bit of lag on the top screen, and that's going to be only because of input lag, but for the most part, it's pretty in sync. So this is actually a really nice Hysteria play here. Do you cycle first? Okay, cycle first. Oh, you also have Mirrors. Early Mirrors is pretty good. Hysteria, I think, is definitely worth it though. 3 damage to enemy base for only 3 mana. It's worth it. Well, essentially, it's actually 4 mana because they lost 1 mana in return there. So Blade Storm cycle. Yeah, oh, corner in the side lane. I would usually play Copper Skin center. It's interesting. I think center Copper Skin's actually better there. So you can get a Agents of Charge or you can get a Mirrors cycle. If you want to play Mirrors, it's probably better to Mirrors than cycle so you can get a better chance of getting the token back sooner. Let's see what happens here. There's 2 pretty useless cards in the hand right now. So this player is obviously trying to look for... The Ironclad player is definitely looking for using Needle Blast next turn, I'm guessing. Their deck wasn't... Their deck isn't like the lowest mana curve deck, so it kind of makes sense to have to play with what you have, right? Like right now, so far, the Ironclad player has only played like 1 card a turn. Looks like it's going to be like that for a while. But here the Shadowfen player has more opportunities. Yeah, the Ubas looks like the safe play here, I think. Alright. Ubas. I would Ubas. They're already at a pretty big disadvantage, honestly, just because of that turn 1 play, which is slightly unlucky. Yeah, Snake Eyes is not also like not that great of a card. I'm not sure what other cards they were given for the draft, but generally you want to avoid using that card. Yeah, they already cycled. They can't cycle again. Oh, they're gonna use Snake Eyes, not the Ubas. I mean, it's technically same stat-wise. It just comes down to where do you want the damage to bounce? So I guess it's like, but at the same time, they did get the effect off. So they actually did cycle there. Cycling there actually makes sense too because, I mean, yeah, you could, the Mark Spray isn't doing anything really because there's not enough poison synergy in the deck. There's only like 2 cards. Right, let's see. Needle Blast? Yeah, I don't think Needle Blast is the play here. And the Copper Skin being at the side lane, like, if they played center, they would have possibly applied more pressure, but realistically now it looks like what the Ironclad player wants is just not to just ignore it for the most part because just 1 damage. Oh, Needle Blast. That was actually a greedy play, but I mean now they're at 5 health. Interesting. So it's going to be a 5 health Shadowfen player. Also, the Shadowfen player, I don't think they do that great in the late game as well because of the curve for that we analyzed earlier. So you have both your... Oh, this is actually not looking good for Ironclad here. They lose... Oh, that's actually smart too. Okay, that's really smart. So right now, it's kind of funny. They're all the way stuck at base. Ironclad players like behind in terms of tempo, but they did get a lead just from using the Needle Blast plus Hysteria. 5 damage to base is quite a lot actually. The only problem I see with this is that all the Ironclad player here has to do is just probably attack center right. I mean, you could also, yeah, you can also hit. I think if you want to play Mers, you should usually cycle after. They've also had Mers in their hand the whole game. I'm not sure why they don't play it. Okay, I think that's technically misplay. Should have Mers first, if anything. You will draw back the token sooner from what I remember, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, but they wanted to play it like that. Okay, so in that case, then it makes sense to play it second, obviously. Interesting. So that's 2 damage down on the Ironclad player now. Shadowfen's still really behind. So you can either... Yeah, you definitely want to use up all your mana here. You definitely have the cards for it. Just comes down to which cards you want to play. It's actually going to be it's going to be a Harvest Mers copy. Oh, all right. This game, if this goes to the late game, it's going to be interesting. So the poison balance. Okay. I'm guessing right now all the Shadowfen player has to do is just stay alive for the most part, because they're already behind by a bit. So they just have to keep pressure. Here I think that if you're going to play Windmakers, you definitely want to kill the 1 strength as well. I think if that's the play here. Yeah, you definitely want to play either all your 4 manas here, I think. So it just comes down which 4 manas. I mean, that's actually fine. He's trying to like, he or she, the Ironclad player is trying to just push against, just defend. See right there, I would have actually hit the 1 strength. It would reset frontline. I don't really agree with this play. Definitely should have killed the 1 strength there to reset the frontline. But now, oh, interesting. Is this gonna a Wetlands Deceiver triple hit like a? Oh, it's only 1. Okay, I don't know. Oh, because they want to use you. Okay, those were actually really lucky bounces. What? That's a little crazy. Actually, that's not really lucky, but that was actually lucky enough just to clear the board like that. So really, this game looks like the Ironclad player has always been behind in terms of the board, but they're also ahead in terms of like damage down to the base, but they're slowly starting to fall behind, as you can see here. They also didn't set down True Shot the whole game. I think that was definitely a misplay. Like, they could have found opportunities to play it down, but I mean, it was a little hard given their state of the board. I mean, I guess this is the only play. So it looks like here, yeah, right here, it really looks like the Ironclad player doesn't want to fall behind too far. They're definitely looking to just pressure right now. Okay, Shadowfen turn. All Shadowfen has to do is just defend, I think. 5 strength is 5 health is pretty low considering the Ironclad player has a lot of chip cards. Chip, that's like 2 movement, 3 movement cards, all kinds of stuff. Oh my gosh, the Harvested Mers. Oh my gosh, the deadly. It's your ultimate demise. Harvested Mers. It just sucks though because it's just so mana inefficient here. Like, there's not enough things to play, sadly. That really sucks. Keeping that front line for Ironclad there is actually a big deal. Right here, interesting. Like right here, they can just drop a veterans at the enemy base and then just see what happens. I don't think, yeah, True Shot doesn't see any play here actually. Cycle that for sure. Let's see if they find it. Definitely have to cycle that. I think Vets and Hysteria, if that's really your only play. Because all you have to do is chip them, and then like you have Needle Blast, you have all kinds of 2 mana, 2 movement, 3 movement cards, so you can definitely get away with that. Looks like a Vets top right Hysteria. Yeah. All right. Nice. So I think that's the right play. That's definitely the right play there. So now it's at 4 health. So it's actually coming really close. See right there, the U-Bats. It really sucks because if U-Bats like Ironclad player actually switched up, which was really smart. Like they noticed that they weren't going to survive long enough, so they just decided to push. They weren't going to they didn't bother clearing the board, just went full aggressive there. That turn was definitely game changing. Keeping that 1 strength unit was pretty unlucky, unfortunate by the Shadowfen player. How much damage can they do here? That's 4 plus 2, 6. Vet still stays alive. And that's going to be exactly 2 damage to the base. And if you look at the enemy hand, it looks like they have lethal actually. That looks like good game. Let's see if they spot it. That's definitely game. Yeah, they also have Needle Blasted, potential lethal. Yeah, it's a good game. Alright, so that was actually a really good game. Yeah, there definitely was some plays they could have done better, but that's going to be a win for Ironclad and a loss for Shadowfen. Alright, so moving on to the second game here. We have Swarm against Winter. Swarm getting first turn. Okay, so they set down the Moonlit cycle after. That's a really strange cycle. I don't think you want to cycle Spare there. But, okay, interesting. Because you don't really have much play. It's okay. But I think Spare is really good in equals and shouldn't be cycled like that really either. Got an early Mers, turn 1 Mers from the Winter player here. So definitely going to give a huge advantage. No cycle, interesting. It's not really, I think cycling there had to be the play. Avian Stalkers doesn't really see play until 2 more turns and it's just slowing down your hand. But I mean, they do have a turn 5 Dread Fawn, so we'll see. Maybe that's their plan. Dread Fawns into the Avian Stalkers. Okay, so they played, we get a Brothers in Arms here. Actually, a bit mana inefficient there, wasting 2 mana for that. Okay, so we get Dread Fawns, cycle. Okay, so I don't know why they wouldn't cycle last turn, but it's fine. Cycle 6 mana. Definitely going to be using the 3 on the left. I don't think Midwinter is all that great here. They also don't have any free synergy, so okay. Okay, yeah, this is obviously the play. Like, this is definitely the play. What happens next? Felflare center? Interesting. They Felflare center, there's a... Oh, okay, if it bounces to the left, they also get rid of the front one after the buff. The Moonlit is actually doing a lot of work here. +3 on all units. That's a really good early Moonlit. Oh, they also blocked the Yuri. I didn't even take that into account. They blocked the Yuri from doing the Felflares there. Okay, so here we just get a Felflares. This is pretty mana inefficient, wasting 3 mana for nothing, sadly. Just because the mana curve of the deck, I guess. There's no way they do that, right? Okay, cycle. I mean, I think that actually might be the only play here. They're just gonna explode the whole board. Okay, so they reset the board. We also have to keep in mind that they did play, oh yeah, the Winter player did play Mers, so that maybe that's what they're thinking of. Okay, this player keeps being mana inefficient and not cycling. It's definitely interesting. Good to take note of. They have Mers here again. I think you definitely want to play that down. You can also play True Shot. So Mers, they didn't cycle yet. They're also going to cycle after. Yeah, this player, well, it seems like they know what they're doing. Okay, True Shot, yeah. So here, oh, they also get the buff on the Dansu. They get the dragon there actually. The enemy dragon there actually would give a buff to them as well. Interesting. But again, like these turns are really mana inefficient, which is pretty unlucky, I guess, unfortunate. Okay, yeah, the True Shot kills 1. This is gonna be really hard to take over now. Like the True Shot, I don't think the Swarm player has. Yeah, they do have Siege Breakers actually in hand. If they can somehow get a Yuri to move up, like up, and then Siege Breakers maybe. I mean, it's going to be hard though. Yeah, I mean, you definitely. Oh, this is a really nice mana efficient turn. You get to play all your cards. Playing aggressive here now. The Winter player is trying to just take over the board again after the reset. Swarm player is confused. So you actually can, yeah, you definitely want to play Siege Breakers, but you take 6 damage here. Yeah, you're going to take 6 damage here. Wait, they don't do that, right? It's surrounding. Okay. Yeah, that would be a misplay. Let's see, Moonlit. I mean, I'm guessing, yeah, you have to use the 3 cards on your right-hand side. Yuri has so far been not played and it's been in the hand the whole game. Okay, interesting. Yuri into Siege. I mean, yeah, I mean, it can work. I can't really calculate the stats. Everything's happening too fast. I was trying to calculate it's just how much value they would have gotten if they did the opposite. Okay, so now the Storm player's at 4 health, but the Storm player's at 4 health, but the Winter player is being pressured a bit after they got the True Shot destroyed. I'm guessing here what I would do is just play full aggressive, but the Winter player wants to defend. Okay, defend a bit. I mean, that's a safe play if you think you can. Yeah, this is still really safe play, but it's actually pretty good here. You still get so much. Swarm, does Swarm have an answer to this? It doesn't look like it. If they play Fel Flares, there's not enough damage to go around. I mean, you have to cycle something here, and I don't think there's even an answer. When you cycle, there's not really much you can draw. Oh, that would have been actually good if it dealt damage to dragons, but it's non-dragon. That's unfortunate. That looks like a good game. Yep. Looks like a good game. You can do that, and you still take 5. That's too bad. So that looks like a good game. That's going to be a win for Winter and a loss for Swarm. Just keep in mind that wins and losses don't obviously... I mean, they can be hints to who it is, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are the better player, right? Because it comes down to your deck, which is drafted, and other factors as well. So that brings us to the end of this video. If YouTube still had the poll feature, I would have loved to see all your guesses. But anyways, without wasting any more time, let's find out who the sneaky Diamond 1 player was. So we've seen all 4 factions play, and I hope you all had enough time to make your guesses. The Diamond 1 player is... no one! You guys seriously thought there was a Diamond 1 player in that bunch? Come on, are you serious? Okay, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Peace. I'm just kidding. The Diamond 1 player was the Winter player. In all seriousness, huge thanks to the Magi, Colin, Mercia Boss, and Zelia L who participated and helped me make this video. I really want to continue doing this series, which means I'll need more participants. If you're interested, you can find me on the official Stormbound Discord and send me a message. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this video and have a wonderful day.